Merry morning and moon, sweet friends. It is Moonwind Fairy here to do your Magical Monday Daily Vibes General Reading. So, general reading just means that if you happen to see this video, there might be a message here for you. If not, just telling stories, no big deal. So let's see what's going on. I got a crow or a raven. It's just yakking up a storm. Here. Maybe they have a message for us. All right, let's see what's going on. Six of Swords. Swords represent our thoughts and our intellect. Six of Swords is a rite of passage. It's moving from choppy waters to smooth sailing ahead. And this could also be a rite of help arriving at the perfect time. But it is like moving forward. It's a new beginning. It's getting away, which we can really do right now, right? The sun. The sun is optimism, joy. It's, making your dreams come true. It's time to be happy. And if you have a question, the answer, this card represents yes. One more. Page of Swords. Swords represent our thoughts and our intellect. Page of Swords represents curiosity, restlessness. It also could be a defiance and a defensiveness. So I'm going to say Monday's vibe is about moving on. I think, and this is also coming up with some new ideas. See all the little light bulbs? So I think we're really needing to come up with some new ideas. We need to lose the defiance and the defensiveness. We're probably feeling a lot of restlessness in our lives. Maybe it's in our living situation, maybe it's in our relationships, but there's just kind of an unease. And most likely because there's been a lot of choppy waters, chaos. But through this experience, this relationship, this situationship is such a weird word. There, you've learned, this is a rite of passage. You had to go through this trial in order to move away from it, to realize, like, this is not where I want to be. Because it's time to be happy. It's time to have optimism and joy in your life and look towards your future with excitement. So I'm going to say moving on. And in this, you might have help arriving at the perfect time, and you could be moving on over water, or you could be moving. But you have help. See, there's the ravens or the crows. That's what they were talking about. All right, let's see what else we got going on. The moon, because you probably had a lot of uncertainty about moving on. But, like I said, help will be arriving at the perfect time. It's kind of like this rite of passage, you've gone through an experience. Maybe you were defiant and defensive, but you're coming up with some new ideas, and the restlessness is probably helping you want to move forward. And the moon also is uncertainty, but it's trusting your intuition. Instead of feeding your fears, feed your hopes and dreams. So yeah, Monday is moving on, because you got the sun twice. Ding, 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 ding. So yeah, it's time for you to shine. It's time for you to be happy. It's time for you to say yes to having optimism, joy, and just celebrating life. But to do that, you need to move on. You need to move on from the chaos. That could have been just your thoughts. Time to move on from the uncertainty and feeding your fears. Time to move on from being defiant and defensive about situations, relationships. It's more like saying yes to you and yes to your future. It's like, no, it's time for me to be happy. It's time for me to shine. So that's what I got for you. The vibe for Monday is moving on. Thanks for hanging out with me. You have a blessed and beautiful, magical Monday. I'll talk to you soon. Blessings and love.